Hi, everybody. My name is prOphecy Sun, and I am coming to you from my bedroom in Vancouver on the unceded Coast Salish territories of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish nations. I am an interdisciplinary performance artist, queer movement, video, and sound maker. My parents were musicians, and so I grew up in a very interdisciplinary background. My parents were always making sounds, and I was encouraged to also make sounds, but I was also encouraged to just explore the space. So I made a lot of installations in my home as a child, and that kind of spilled over from school. And I decided to look into that further. So I did my undergraduate at Emily Carr University in Vancouver. I also then started working more interdisciplinary and branching out. Originally, I started in painting and drawing, and I got an undergraduate in sculpture and ceramics. And then I started moving into performance in dance and sound, which has always been part of my life. I really started focusing on in the last 15 years. And sound to me is just an expression. It's almost like my fingertips. It moves through my body, and it's quite otherworldly for me. Sound has this ability to capture and to transport us into other realms, but also brings us immediately back to memories or moments. And so I feel there's just like this almost immaterial quality to it that can transport us across time, deep time, from the past, the present, and the future. It has an ability to move you in other ways. I just have a very strong desire to share the experiences that I hear around me and to amplify and showcase them in a way that maybe is a little unusual, or maybe actually something that we've heard before that doesn't get to be highlighted often. It's a collaborative piece that I did with Luciana and Megan Rosner. And Luciana and I had created this sense of collaboratively working for years. And it just so happened that when we worked on this piece, it really coalesced with some of the work that I was doing with inflatables beforehand, with weather balloons. And she had also been working with a series of works with small inflatables. And so when we got together, we had the fortitude of bringing Megan on board, and she's a really fantastic fabricator. So she helped build the prop under our guidance, and also collaboratively working together with the material. But it was really, really important to explore the space with this material. It was performed live in front of an audience in a gallery in Vancouver. And it was, I don't know, there's something really rich about exploring with this really larger than life shape. And during the performance, it was an hour long, but during the performance, I pushed and molded my body into the shape. It really felt like I was dancing with another body. And then I moved through the space, and eventually the shape was also then pushed into the audience where they could push back or be part of it. And then at the end of the performance, I was engulfed in the shape, and it started to deflate. And at the same time, I was also sonically making sounds. And so throughout the performance, I would be responding to the sounds that I had made, which was quite durational and very exploratory. But again, it really does exemplify a lot of the work that I've been doing before, and that I'm also currently working on, which is really exploring space, installation, and performance with inflatables, and really challenging this notion of immaterial and material at the same time. Actually, I found on some social sites, I saw the name, and so I started connecting that way. But I also found that there's just such a large sound community in Vancouver. And so some of the artists that were also connected to it had suggested looking into it. So when I did, I was really surprised to see that there was such a nice variety of interdisciplinary work on the site. And now I really look forward to the emails for upcoming shows or calls. To me, that's really important as an artist, being connected to my community, especially given the current circumstances that we're in globally. It's been really important to have those connections and to be able to reach out to others. Given the shape of the way that cities are formed, you often will stay in, at least for myself, staying in your own little genre, your little network of people. But it's really important to also, for me in my practice, to broaden my community network and to also explore other spaces and cultures. And to me, having more of a global platform and thinking of community, I think it's really important for that outreach. Art is life. Art is breathing. It's just the same as breath for me. It is so incredibly important for my mental, my social, and my emotional health. To me, it's an expression, but it's also a privilege to be able to be an artist, to be making, and to be able to share those exploratory moments with others. So for me, I think it's a very privileged and also it's a very honorable space to be able to do that and share with others. Did to here we go. Round two. You know what? I'm an improviser. Let's try round three. Right. I started as an artist from in vitro. My name is prOphecy Sun, and I am Wendy's spotlighted artist for July.